Hello, beautiful. I hope you're feeling well right now. And if you're not, that's okay. Sometimes we feel down about being down and then we feel more down because we take ourselves in this loop. And sometimes when we're feeling down, we're making a choice to go in a direction that we don't need to. And we could simply make a choice to move in another direction using various tools that I share. But you could also be feeling down because it's a way of letting go of the last of something that doesn't serve you. Sometimes they say that as the light rises, there's this great strength of darkness that tries to fight it for that moment until the light goes even further above it. Because some might say that that's what's happening in US right now with the conflict of energies that were happening. But another part of that is just simply what I like to think about as us being made of energy, which is already taught in science. But it's not just our physical body that's a form of energy, it's our spirit, our mind, our soul, our emotions. They're all different forms of energy, and they're all within us because they vibrate at the same frequency. Yet, when we make changes to our diet that changes the vibrational frequency of our physical body, when we go to personal development programs that changes the vibrational frequency of our emotional body or our mental body, when we do spiritual practices that gets us more in touch with our soul and erases the things that block us from it, all of those actions change the vibrational frequency of what I'd like to say are one of our energy bodies. And when one vibration is like this, right, and the other one is like this, the body naturally wants to equalize itself out so that they can move together. So naturally what will happen is a feeling of dissonance, of the difference of those vibrational frequencies as those assimilate back together and sort themselves back out. And so during that time, when we realize that big difference, we don't want that big difference, and we're getting back towards that big difference, that's when it feels worse. But you may notice that you have those times where you feel really bad and you feel really bad for a while and you think that'll never end and you're doing something awful because you feel bad and you're just not getting it all straight. And then you get yourself down on everything in life, not just the one thing that you started feeling bad about. And then all of a sudden it's all gone and you feel completely fine. And that's when all of your vibrational frequencies have assimilated together and everything is in alignment with the new you, the new divine design that you are. I've written about this as the dark night of the soul in my blog, but I just wanted to remind people because it comes up over and over again. I know a lot of people have fatigue. You know, some might say that it's the planetary alignment in the skies. That's fine. That definitely has an impact on ourselves. But sometimes we're having fatigue because we have had enough of certain traits or ways of being in ourself. And as soon as we step beyond that fully in all of our different energy bodies, there's no need for the fatigue anymore. Fatigue can also be associated with withdrawal. It can also be associated with a time when we need to rest our body, our physical body, because it needs to catch up with the changes that we've done internally. There's a lot of reasons for the fatigue. It could be because of lack of willingness. I would like to say that most likely fatigue does not have to do with doing too much, believe it or not. It might have to do, though, with not taking care of the body well enough while we're doing too much, or have putting pressure on ourselves while we're doing too much from an idea that we need to do so much, and we can let go of a lot of these things. I'm throwing a lot of ideas at you. But again, I'm sharing this because I want to keep opening our minds up so that we don't feel bad about the things that are happening naturally to ourselves, but that we just allow those flows to happen and trust that those are meant to be, and there doesn't need to be a judgment of good, bad about those things. Earlier today, I mentioned that we are doing goal setting this week, and goal setting is not about reminding ourselves of what we don't have. Or making us feel bad that that's not there. It's about stepping into the energy of what we came here to do and to be, and helping make that a true manifestation starting in this moment right now so that we can feel completely fulfilled. So please join me at noon every day this week. We'll work on different areas of our goal setting. Go ahead and bring a notebook, and I'll show you what I have here if you didn't see it earlier today. But I created this notebook, and what I did was I did some cutting out. I also did a little bit of drawing on here. This is for my book, Healing Happens. And then I wrote a very specific goal. So I talked to you about how to write those goals. So you can get a magazine and you can get some colored pens to get yourself ready. Start cutting out some things that inspire you, but don't start putting anything down on paper in glue yet. Just start to pull the things together that inspire you. And then we will discuss during this coming week. I look forward to continuing with me, and send me anything, any questions or anything that you want covered while we do that project together. So bye-bye, many blessings, and have a wonderful rest of your night. Love you.